Hey, what's up? This is DJ Thunderous. I'm happy to be here with Åsa Netterbrant, the vocalist for the awesome band Zephyra. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Really nice to talk to you. Finally.
Yes, finally. Can you give everyone a history of Zephyra, please?
I can. We usually say that we officially started in like 2010 or 11, even though we started playing together in 2009. But back then it was just like we played some songs for fun. I have never been a vocalist before that, and yeah, we just did it like once every week. But then we started getting shows, local shows, and since Tony has been in bands since forever, we started doing it on a more serious base, and we got some shows, and we started promoting ourselves and recorded some demo versions of our songs, and then then everything started to move on, and we got some shows at some festivals here in Sweden, and in 2012 we recorded a demo, and then later on we did an EP that we produced ourselves. We had a couple of band member changes along the way, and then we got, with the EP we recorded ourselves, we got a publication deal with Wormhole Death.
Wow.
And then we decided to do an album. So we went to Italy for 3 weeks to record the album.
Wow.
And yeah, I think you know the rest. Then it was shows and everything up until we decided to record the next album in 2016.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yes,
it
I
just
can imagine.
It keeps rolling, and it gives us more and more visibility, and it's great.
There's always something new going on with the Zephyra. I've noticed. I followed you for a long time because I've since I first heard your music, I was a fan instantly. So, as I spoke
That's
with
wonderful.
you and I followed you and everything, I went on your journey with you, and you guys have a lot going on, and I think that's excellent.
Yeah, we want to show everyone that we are active and that we are getting bigger is kind of a strange word, but we get more and more visibility, and we get more and more fans, and being out playing and meeting everyone, that's the best part of it, and that's what makes you grow.
Sure, you work very hard at it too, I know.
Yeah, we do.
So for everyone listening out there, could you let them know who the current band members are?
Yes, that's me. I'm the lead vocalist of Zephyra. Then Tony, my husband, is the songwriter and guitar player. Then we have our drum god, Kutte, as we call him, Kuitim. And then we have Al, who is our bass player. A bunch of wonderful, wonderful guys.
So you were speaking of your releases and things like that. How many current releases do you have?
We have 3 full-length albums. Then we did a standalone single between the latest album and the one before. And then just, a couple of demos and EPs back in the days.
That's really cool. I always wanted to ask you this. I'm going to ask you, what got you into music, and how did you become a vocalist?
Oh, tricky question. No, I met Tony in 2006, and I actually met him by not accident, but yeah, we just met online, and I started doing the website for his former band, and then we met, we got together, we moved together, and then I've always loved to sing, but I've never been a professional vocalist. But he heard me humming in the kitchen. I was kind of scared to sing to him since he was a musician. But he heard me humming and he said, "Oh, you have a great tone." And then we started singing I started singing along with him, and then we started the band.
And so then you also started the carpool karaoke, I know.
Yeah, that's a cool thing we do. We love having our road trips, and when we do, we usually come up with some silly Swedish song to do together, and it's great because I love when people get a good laugh.
Now, are any of your tracks in Swedish, or are they all particularly in English?
On the latest album, we have 2 Swedish tracks that are only in Swedish. It's the song Fånge i frihet and Svart smärta.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah. And what's the English meaning of those words?
Fånge i frihet, it's kind of, if you not directly translated, it's like captured in my own freedom. And Svart smärta, it means actually black pain or dark pain.
I can visualize that with some of your props that you wear and some of the things that you do. It's pretty awesome. Who comes up with your ideas of like your crown with the horns and things like that?
Everything we do when it comes to the visual things, I think that's me, because I love doing cool stuff and odd stuff, and that's my creative part. I'm not a songwriter. I write some lyrics every now and then, but I'm mainly maybe creating when it comes to stage outfits and photographs and videos and such things.
Oh yeah, I'm always spreading around your pictures because I think they're just so unique and beautiful at the same time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to check out one of your tracks here, because I'm sure everybody would like to hear this, and I like this one anyway. So here's Waiting for Nothing. Crank it up.
I'm feeling dead inside my confusion.
All right, that's Waiting for Nothing. What were you waiting for nothing during that track?
In this song?
Yes.
The song is it's written by Tony, and all the songs and lyrics he writes is about, self-experienced emotions, feelings, happenings. A lot of songs is about, not always being able to see what you have right in front of your nose, because of like mental health issues. And yeah, all of our 3 albums has that theme, actually.
That's really cool. Now, do you guys always get along as a band, or?
I have to say we do. We are 4 very adult people. We see the band as a family, and we have, we always talk about things. If something is hard, either in a personal matter or with the band, we always talk about it, because that's the main reason people don't get along. They talk too little. So when something comes up, whether it might be band or private related, we talk about it, and then we make decisions together. I might be the one who is mostly talking to, promoters and our manager and everything, but we always share everything in the band.
That's great. Have you had any struggles being a female-fronted, band, being a female up there singing? Have you heard anything, had any issues?
I would say both yes and no. I actually answered a survey for a university student just a couple of days ago, working on questions about being a female in the metal scene. And I think that there are a lot of issues in the metal scene when it comes to being a woman, because some people are living in the past and they don't think that women has the right attitude or the right balls to be up on stage or do really heavy or harsh vocals. But let me just say, fuck them. Because
Exactly.
If you are self-confident and you do what you love, there is no such thing that can actually stop you. I just wish that every single woman that wants to sing in this business would have the same mindset about it.
That's absolutely true. I agree with you. I look, I look up to you guys. I'm not a singer. I can't sing anything, but I've always tried to do everything in my best manner, and I try not to let anyone get me down. So don't you ever let anyone get you down. Your newest release, Fall, Rise, and Conquer. Did you guys have a hard time writing that album and releasing and everything?
I would say no. The first album was the hardest to release. After that, we decided to, from now on, we would do everything with our music and finish the product before we put it out for someone, because we want to have full control of our music, how it's written, how it's played, how it's recorded. So Fall, Rise, Conquer it's a self-release. We have released it both digitally and physically ourselves, and we decided early to record it in the same studio as we recorded the previous album, because Micke, our producer, now he has a studio named Soundport. He is a great guy to work with, and he sees his mission that the mission is to bring out the best there is in all of us, and he doesn't change anything that does not need to be changed. And then we sent it over to Christian Donaldson from Cryptopsy for mix and master, because we know that he knows how we want it to sound. And we just love the Chris sound.
Well, that's good. And I'm glad they don't want you to change anything, but if they need you to edit something, that's a different story then, right?
Absolutely. But, you know, that part when we know what kind of sound we want, we are so determined that we want to bring forward the Zephyra thing. And if you record after signing maybe a deal with someone might want to have their nose in it, and we just don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so you're better off. Now, with your music videos, do you guys plan them out yourselves, or how does that go?
For the latest album, we did 2 video shoots before the release. We did 2 full video shoots for first off Fånge i frihet, and then the cover of Metallica's Nothing Else Matters.
Yep.
And we shot it together with a great guy. And then I did some video clips for Dreams Denied, and then we sent it off to Finland to a guy who is great at animations, and he put together the video after that to make it kind of a hybrid video, animated clips and lyrics. And it turned out great, I have to say. And the latest video release we put together from video clips that we have gotten from some festivals that we played this summer, both in Norway and in the Netherlands. So we wanted to showcase the energy we bring on stage, because every time we play at a live show, people come up and say, "Oh shit, you are a live band." And we agree on it. So we wanted to show people what we look on stage.
Now, do you dress differently every time you're on stage, or, what's it like to be Zephyra when you're on stage?
We kind of have a dress code. The guys are wearing black. And then we have some red details. And I usually have the same stage outfit, but I can change some of it. During the summer, I had, especially for the video recording, I had a red jacket and a red hat. The red hat got lost in Norway.
Oh, no.
So it's waiting for me at the festival. He found it the day after. But we want people to recognize us by our dress code. There might be some changes for me, and we might put it a little bit more red up ahead. But we try to be recognized up on stage. People usually recognize my red and black hair.
I'm sure they recognize you as well, because you're a great artist.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, we're going to check out your second track. Here's Dreams Denied. Crank it up.
To my show, I am your host tonight. Viewers' discretion is advised. It's not a pretty sight. I feel so lost inside my head. My hands are tied within. I'm falling in the deeper end. There is no chance I'll win. Winning battles for this long lost war. Cannot seem to get this right. When the day is done, I've got new scars. What was really dark seemed bright.
All right, that was Dreams Denied by the awesome band Zephyra. Can you tell us about the making of that track, please?
Dreams Denied. Since Tony is the main songwriter, I don't always get everything out of his head when it comes to his thoughts about making the songs. But sometimes you have all the opportunities you want, and you have all your dreams up ahead, and you just need to reach out and grab them. But then sometimes you just stop yourself. You in Sweden we say lägga krokben för sig själv. I don't know the English expression. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's okay. It sounded good either way to me.
You let yourself down. You don't reach out for the opportunity that is ahead of you.
Now, do you change up your vocals a lot, or do you like to keep them the same? And how did you get that, vocal sound that you have?
For all of me, everything I do, I either do it or I don't. I can't be in between. So when I decided to start singing, I also decided that I'm gonna be able to do everything with my vocals, because I know that if I want to learn something, I can do it, and that goes for everything. So I started singing just mostly clean vocals. And when I listen now on how I sounded 10 years ago, I laugh so hard that I cry. But then I decided, I'm going to have to learn this. I'm going to have to polish my technique. And when we recorded a demo, I got some tips, vocal tips from our producer back then, which was Mattias Lodmalm, and he told me just a little bit on what I had to think about when I did my vocals. And he also said, and I remember it so well, because he said, Åsa, every time you're thinking about hitting a note or letting some vocals come out of your mouth, you have to think about the technique. And I promise you, since that day, that's all I've been doing.
That's awesome.
So every time I sing, I think about my techniques. And I also decided that I wanted to learn harsh vocals and growls. And so I did.
And I have to say, you nailed it. You did excellent. I know, I've listened.
Thank you. It's important for me to be able to do everything I want with my voice.
Who are some of your major vocal influences, and which kind of music do you actually like?
When it comes to role models around vocals, I have several. My biggest inspiration, I have to say, because her vocals are the most amazing that I have ever heard, and that's Mrs. Floor Jansen.
Mm-hmm.
Her vocals are so diverse, and she has a really, really, really wide range. So I am very inspired by her ability to go from clean parts to opera parts to harsh vocals. I wish that she could use more of it in Nightwish. I preferred her in Revamp, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I have to say Matthew Barlow, from the former singer of Iced Earth. His vocals are amazing. Then you have John Oliva from Sabotage and John Oliva's Pain. And also the one who got me into growls, it's Mikael Stanne from Dark Tranquillity. He has one of the most amazing death metal growls I know, because they are so clear and they are so, they are clear, that atmospheric almost. I love them. And he got me into growls.
That's so cool to know. Now, you guys just did a tour this past year. Where did you tour, and what were some of the awesome bands that you got to play with?
We have been playing since March for the new album, and we've been playing in Sweden, Norway, England, the Netherlands. We actually been to Norway 3 times, and every time in Norway has been a blast, I have to say. England was awesome because we got to meet a lot of fans that we met a couple of years before that. And a lot of them have been following us for so long. And in Norway, we played with the Swedish band Hext, and they were such great guys to meet. It was at a festival up in the mountains in Norway. It was beautiful and wonderful. Yeah, but a lot of mosquitoes.
Well, you can ignore the mosquitoes and just sing louder.
Yeah, exactly.
And Hext is a good band. They're very good too.
Yeah, it really is. And they are such great guys. I'm hoping to meet them when we play up in Öregrund in Sweden in December. I hope that they are going to be there.
That would be awesome.
In the Netherlands, we played with some bands that are not particularly our genre, but we play with Any Given Day and Crazy Town X, I think it's called, right? Some bands that are not our genre, but that are great on stage. And then in England, we played with we had a lot of female-fronted bands at one of the shows. Surge amongst some, and I had a great time meeting some of the vocalists from those bands, and we just got some new friends over there.
That's great. You guys have a good following, though. Are you going to have any plans to come to the U.S. and tour?
We are hoping for it. It might not be in a very, very close future, but we are looking into tours for next year. Actually, our new manager is under King Art Music Management, and she is an American.
She's very nice.
Yeah, Diane is superb. So she's looking into everything. The main thing we're working on right now is both shows and tours for next year, but also to increase our visibility for the band. That's so important today because the buzz around bands it's huge. There are so many bands out there. So many great bands. Yeah.
Now, being an upcoming band, what have some of the struggles been that you've had, down the road?
Money. Money is a big thing because you have to play some years without getting a single penny for the shows, and you also have to pay everything yourself the first years, even if you put down hours and hours and hours on your work. But that's the first years. And then it's, everything is at a high cost. Producing an album is around, I would say, at least, in the end, it's around $10,000.
Wow.
And you usually never get those money back. But, yeah, money is a struggle. I know a lot of upcoming bands, and they all struggle with the same thing. And at the same time, a lot of bands and artists wants to keep, just spread a fine shine of light over everything and just pretend that you have everything settled and paid for. But I think it's time that the bands are starting to be both realistic and honest about how the music industry is, because the music industry is kind of shitty. So yeah, I would say money is the biggest struggle being an upcoming band. And then, of course, it's the visibility. As I said, the buzz is huge, and there are so many great bands, and you just have to make sure that you are a huge peak in the middle of that buzz, so that people, oh shit, there's Zephyra.
Yep, exactly. That's what I say every time I see you. Oh shit, that's Zephyra. Yeah. Let's turn it up loud.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Well, we're going to check out your last track here. Here's Words of a Demigod. It's one of my favorites, so let's crank it up.
Exists
All right, that was Words of a Demagogue. As you know, I'm here with Åsa Netterbrant from Zephyra. I have to say that's one of my favorite tracks from you guys.
Oh, nice to hear. For us, it's a classic. It's been on every single live show we have done since we released the album.
What's your favorite track to play out live so far?
Every song has its perks, but this one is absolutely a belter. Words of a Demagogue is a song most people that comes just to see us, they know it and they sing along, and it has a kind of a harsh and hard energy to it. It's always headbang friendly.
Awesome.
And then from the new album, I love to perform Fånge i frihet, because when we do Swedish, there's a light in people's eyes, and even if it's abroad, people love it when we do Swedish songs, and I think it's awesome. The cover of Nothing Else Matters, of course, because everyone can sing along to that song. There is no one out there that hasn't heard it.
That's true, but I would love to hear you sing it in Swedish. I think that would also be cool.
Oh, wow. Cool idea.
Yeah, that'll be your next plan for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you guys are out touring and everything, what kind of instruments do you bring with you and gear? And, are you endorsed by anyone?
Yeah, we are endorsed by the local music shop, Musiklagret. They are supporting us when we need to borrow something, and we have great deals with them. Then Kuitim, our drummer, he's supported by, I'm not going to say this right, Sarsi Kopito. That's his drum pedals. It's a Polish company. And then Tony is endorsed by Solar Guitars, so he brings his red badass Explorer model everywhere. We are also endorsed by Verifone, so we have Westone headphones, a couple of us, and Artbeat drumsticks. So yeah, we have a couple of great endorsers, and we bring guitars, bass, all of our instruments. I bring my own mic. Then we have a Presonus system, so that we do all of our monitoring ourselves, so that we always have the same sound in our ears, whether we are rehearsing or playing live shows. And that's the best thing we have ever done.
That's great. Now, is it more expensive to bring that when you go on tour?
Yeah, no, just if we are flying, because then we need to, pack it up in a special way, because it's a bit fragile. But it's great to bring it, because it's a lot easier for us when we hear ourselves in the exact way that we want to. Kuitin brings his own drums if we are traveling by van. And then the guys, Tony and Al, they use Line 6 Helix guitar processors. So we don't use cabs and amps anymore. And that's, wow! You don't have to carry around, 70, 80 kilos. Mm-hmm. You just have your little bag.
That's cool. And that's less expensive for you to bring too, as far as weight when you're on a plane.
Oh, yeah. So that's a superb. We are so happy with our gear on stage, actually. It's easy. And so many other things are requiring hard planning and heavy bags, but not this.
Now, have you guys had any epic moments while out touring or on stage? Anything blowing up, anything breaking, anybody falling, something,
Something always happens, but when we were playing at the Swedish festival Metal Town in 2012, just before the show, my pants broke. I had a pair of black jeans, and they were split in half in my crotch.
Oh no.
And I tried to borrow some pants from our friends in the band Frantic Amber, but the girl I was borrowing them from, she was a lot smaller than me, so I couldn't have her pants. Then I used her skirt and put over my black jeans. But fact was that I had put out a camera in the audience and filmed the whole show.
Oh boy.
So after the show and everything, when I, took out the film and checked it, I saw that, oh shit, I've been showing everything.
Hey, well, maybe the crowd got even happier, right?
So that's a memory I really have. And then we had a very special moment when we played in Birmingham this year in May. When we came to England, I had severe pollen allergy. So the first 2 shows, I could sing the first 2 shows, but the third, I couldn't growl. I could do harsh vocals, and I was so sore in my throat that I couldn't speak before the show. But I had some whiskey. I don't drink otherwise, but I had some whiskey, and I got my vocal cords to relax so that I could do the show. But we chose to bring up the crowd on stage, and we sang along with them, and we really got it to be a wonderful party night with the guys in Birmingham. And I think that's a show I will always remember.
Oh, I can imagine. You should have a video out of that. I bet you it's really cool.
Yeah, there are some video clips out, and it's lovely just because you really, there was just a big family in there. And it's, I get emotional when I talk about it.
I can imagine, because that had to be so fun and so enjoyable.
Yeah, and they were so happy. We have a lot of fans in Birmingham, and such wonderful people.
Well, that's great. I hope you get to go back there soon.
Oh, so do I.
Now, do you guys have any projects in the works or any new music videos coming up, or what are your plans for this future?
In the nearest future, we have actually 2 shows coming up in the end of this month. We are doing 2 charity shows for Metalheads Against Bullying. There are 2 anti-bullying events, one in Sweden and one in Norway. So we are playing them on the 29th and the 30th this month. And it's going to be great because we are happy to go where we have a lot of people waiting for us. We also have a show up just, the dogs, just above Stockholm. We have a show where we are looking so much forward to play because we have a lot of people waiting there too. Other than that, there is to plan for next year. We have already started booking some festivals for next year, and nothing official yet, but we are working on that. And we are also going to make some small changes to the stage outfits. And we have, as I said, we just started working with King Art Music Management, and I am really excited about what they can do to bring us forward. So no new music writing right now, but I have a lot of requests of doing a Christmas song, as I did last year. I just did a short clip last year, but
yes,
people are sending me requests all the time. So I'm going to have to make one, and I am planning it.
You did an awesome job with that.
There will be a Christmas song for me. Thank you.
Last year I watched that over and over and over again. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun doing it. When I show it to non-metal people, they are like, "Oh, this is Satan, huh?"
And how do you respond to that?
I laugh.
Yeah.
I say, "Oh yeah, it is.
Yep.
Of course."
You want to hear it again?
This is the dark side of me. You haven't noticed? Oh.
That's funny. Now, do you want to give a shout out to anyone out there? Anybody in particular?
To everyone, actually. To everyone following us. To everyone supporting us. you guys are doing such a great job, whether it's fans, radio stations, promoters, bookers, everyone. It's just to hear something positive about the band, or see people posting about the band, or people just sending a message on Messenger or an email asking about things. I absolutely love it. Never stop doing that. Keep reaching out and keep showing up to our shows and everything. This is why we do it. We do it because being out there and meeting people and talking to people at the live shows and everything, that's kind of the payment for doing everything in between.
That's awesome. And
yeah.
Where can everyone find your merchandise? And I know they can join your Zephyra camp, and you're always doing giveaways.
Yeah, we're doing kind of a lot of giveaways. We have our official page is zephyra.se. And on that you can find links to our merch store. You can find links to join our newsletter. And that's a good thing, because if we have merchandise discounts, for example, those goes out in the newsletter. So sign up for it. And then, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, and an important thing, subscribe on YouTube, because there will be more content up ahead.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for being here today. And if you could do a shout out for the station for us.
Of course I can do that. You want me to maybe remove my mic a little bit from my mouth, or else it will be distorted?
You're the one who knows best. You can do what you need to do.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you so much for talking to me. It feels like I've known you guys for so long.
Well, you kind of have.
I really mean it. I kind of have.
Yes.
The neighbor next door.
Yep.
All right, so here I go. I am Åsa Netterbrant. I am from the metal band Zephyra. You have tuned in to the Thunderhead show on Metal Devastation Radio, where metal reigns supreme.